That's pretty quick. I think everything should be pretty good. We got this and that. Let me just check if everything is okay. That started sooner than I expected. Nice. Alright. Let me just double check if I'm not revealing any private information, as I tend to do. Any private information, as I tend to do. Oh, I think that should be good. Oh, well, hello there. That was quick. Just started. I didn't even want to start it. I was like randomly clicking. Well, hello, Joltem official. How are you doing? It was way too quick. How do I even pop out my setting here? Make sure that everything is muted. There we go. Well, too late now, I suppose. Okay, good. Everything should be good. Hello, 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 humans. How are you doing? Well, let's. Ah, that's cool. Wow, they're all working. Super active. Cool, guys. What AI are you programming? Joltem. And Zimmy, what VR game are you working on? Alright, I should actually do some work too. I am, just to keep you up on the speed, I'm working on actually a new video. I'm making a real AI connected to OpenAI GPT. So it's an AI with its own actual personality and behavior, so it's not pre-programmed. It is just some pre-prompts. So for a lot of more details, you will have to wait for the video, but you will probably see some shots from it today, and I'm gonna make some environments for it. So yeah, that's the plan. Cool. Hope everything is good. Stream. YouTube says stream is healthy, so let's assume that's the case. And let's see what we can do here. I imported some asset packs, so I'm gonna just try to put them in here. Dungeon Smasher, okay. Well, cool. Dungeons with Zimmy. What Dungeon Smasher means that you are smashing the actual dungeon or smashing things in the dungeon? Just so that's clear. And underwater exploring sounds really cool. I tried a long time ago when I didn't know what I was doing. Not that I know what I'm doing right now. I tried to make a submarine game, submarine underwater game. There is an option for so many really cool visuals with underwater things, and just for really nice atmosphere. So yeah, I think that idea has a lot of potential. Alright, what we were doing here, we are trying to get some polar, and I will have to get some meshes for it. And let's start with just a basic architecture. Well, the whole thing will be on the asteroid. So I can show you at least the background for the story. Where do we have it? I have it in some macros, so I'm gonna have to find a blueprint. And where the hell OpenAI library? It's gonna be here. You should have here some basic information. I got here just it's called basically a common knowledge, or world knowledge is how I called it. And this is the knowledge that all the NPCs in the world will know. So I got some of it put here together. And we know that it's gonna be happening on the asteroid, and it's in the future, and there is some company, a little bit evil, not terribly evil, that's gonna be turning off all the robots. And cool thing about it is that the robots tend to get so sad about it. You know what, while I have you here, let me show you how I can talk with them. Hello sir, how are you doing?
I am feeling quite sad knowing that my home is going to be evacuated soon.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. Could you tell me more?
A lot of my kind are going to be turned off soon, so I feel a sense of helplessness.
Yeah, is there anything I can do for you?
Hug would be nice.
Hug. Oh, okay. She wants a hug, not that she wants a... I heard help, but she wants a hug. Okay, that's a bit different. No, I'm not sure I'm gonna be hugging you, miss. But we can figure out some help later. So we're gonna regular third-person cops. Zimmy says, I'm also working on a regular third-person cops robber shooter style game. Oh, thank you. I'm glad the tutorials were helpful. Yeah, I know I stopped making tutorials for a bit. I am probably gonna come back to it in some way, but I would like to try a lot more entertainment-based videos now for a bit. But hopefully still manage to keep there a bit of a educational value. So we'll see about that. But I'm looking forward to hear. I do want to at least start streaming much more, where I will be actually doing stuff, so at least people who will be around can see how I do some stuff, and maybe if there will be something that they need help for. Hopefully it's not gonna be too annoying for me and the viewers and the other viewers. We can probably do that. I'm gonna try to do that way more often. Yeah. What do you use for handling? VR is easier than multiplayer. Is sadly enough true. What do you use for handling multiplayer? I made a VR 1v1 game. A multiplayer game with hosted completely on Epic Online services, and that actually ended up being working pretty well, but it's definitely pain to put together. Alright, let's put here some of the, give me meshes, give me just meshes. No, that's not what I'm looking for. They're looking for a polar. And give me some meshes in here. Let's see, it's gonna be on the asteroid, so I don't know to what degree do I want to have there mountains. It's not necessarily a terrible idea, you can have completely frozen asteroids. No! Nice. Welcome, Unreal Engine. This is like a third time today. Alright. Let's hope it's not gonna shut down the stream, because it's using the GPU to pre-render it. Hello? What's happening? Do I have to just shut it down? Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this thing is dead. Yep. Great. Did we get some lost frames? Doesn't seem like it. Alright, so it seems like this works. Cool. Alright, let's keep this on and get back into the world I was working on. I need another window. We have a... so I'm just moving around now, just for the sake of moving. Content drawer, got another one here. And let's put just one for switching levels. And I believe it was called New World. Alright, and let's dock this one in here. Hello? I'm not saying that I'm an expert, but docking should work. Let's see, YouTube is yelling at me that it has problem with something. How is the stream, guys? Is it doable? YouTube is yelling at me that there is gonna be some buffering. Let me know if that is actually the case. OBS is telling me that I got pretty good stream and 0 drop frames. I'm not sure what the YouTube is complaining about. Shouldn't be a problem. Alright, let's get back here and get here some of the meshes. Like I said, finally. Let's try it without a crash this time, that would be really nice. Alright, so we don't want skeleton mesh, let's just put here static meshes. And let's not deal with a sky quite yet. Let's see, it's I could start just with a landscape and have here something to work as a ground, but I kinda like making it just from the rocks. So let's see if we can get here something with, but it's probably gonna be too low of a resolution, so I'm not, it's not gonna be usable, never mind. I mean, I could just import it something from Quixel, right? Yeah, that's possibility, but let's actually try to make it as a world first. Alright, we got here ceiling, we got here floors. Do we have something nice that we could use for round corners? Just so I don't start building with assets and now discover that I don't have something to do the corners. What's happening? Is the stream running or not? Guys, can anyone let me know if the stream is running or not? It definitely should.
Svoje know-how.
Hello! No luck. Okay, well then YouTube is just bullshitting me apparently. Hello, Sir Fancy. I'm currently watching a video about making Endless Runner and have issue where 2 BP characters spawn in, and how do you fix that? I will probably have to give me a bit more details than that. Well, probably the code we are executing with I presume custom event or something like that is running twice, so quick fix is putting that a do once node, but there is probably some other underlying issue that's that do once node is not actually gonna fix. It's just gonna prevent the things that we have there. But I would probably start there and then try to debug. And let's put here a floor. Let's just start simply. I'm probably gonna make it just as an inner environment anyway, and then expand on walls and have some nice environment around the window. But for that I don't have to actually make the whole playable environment. This is mostly gonna be just a visually nice looking for the video, not necessarily something that other players will likely interact with, so I don't really have to worry about it too much. Ishvar, hello! How are you doing? What are you working on? And all this funny stuff that humans are supposed to ask each other. Alright. Let's see, let's just do some basic stuff like this. It would be good to find something to use as a reference, so I don't just try to paint it out of my hand. So far I'm using Pinterest, but honestly at this point I can just generate something custom. It's probably gonna work as well with DALL-E or Stable Diffusion. Actually, let me, guys, tell me how much are you into AI and what's currently happening with ChatGPT and picture generation and all this funny stuff. Let's see. Let me find some asteroid base. Alright, give me some insight. Interior. Alright. Just some nice background, doesn't have to be perfect, this should probably be fine. So let's work on the shape. And add here walls. There we got the pillars. Can I use these as well, I suppose I can use these as the corners. It's not particularly nice, but it's probably gonna serve its purpose. So let's look for some wall. Now put there a base, and then we can build on top of that. What is this body generator? Is this called body generator? Oh, it's a generator, and it's body of the generator. Okay, never mind. Alright, let's look for the wall. That's wall transition, so we are looking for some purely flat wall. Yeah, I think that will serve as well. Working Copperbot AI. Oh, I didn't mean like an actual AI. I mean like a real AI. I don't mean a game NPC AI. I mean the AI that's currently kind of shaking the world with text generators and the image generators. Which one would make more sense? Well, it's about the same. Why is it so flat? Is there no normals on it? I'm pretty sure it should have some sort of a normals. It does have normals, so I'm just gonna make it a bit more intense later. Well, I can just paint it with a lighting, probably. No need to adjust these things before lighting, so we don't do any unnecessary work. Alright. Yeah, but when it comes to AI in Unreal, I personally really dislike working with behavior trees. I just don't use them. I usually always make some easier variant of behavior trees. There is a really useful plugin. You can use its free version. It's called let me find it, because it can be probably quite useful for you, Zimmy. It's let me make sure. It's a code plugin. I believe it's like Notes something. No, Electric Notes is also incredibly useful plugin. If you are not using that one, you should get that one. But what I am talking about is, I believe, wait, let's see. I will probably have it somewhere in the store. The full version is quite expensive, but you can do a lot just with the free version. And it should be, how the hell is it called? Did I delete it from here? Oh no. That's annoying. Alright, let's see if I can find it here. No, come on. It's called Line Note. Jeez, it's using basically I'm sorry, I can't remember how it's called right now, but it's basically using a custom states for Andrea for for moving between different AI like states when you have to change the behavior of the actors depending on state it is in, which is usually the case in Animation Blueprint. I mean, technically you could probably use Animation Blueprint for that, but it would be very clumsy. So I personally just create a bunch of enumerations and switch them in the Unreal Blueprint. I find it much easier to work with than working with behavioral trees. No. That's also pretty good plugin, but that's not what I mean. Yeah. How is it called? Come on. Goal-oriented NPCs. It's not that. Hey, come on. Is that a fetch? No. A logic driver. There we go. You can find it on Unreal Marketplace. It's and the light version is for free. It's incredibly powerful and very easy to handle once you download the test project or the demo project, and I believe it can be really helpful. So if you don't want to handle behavioral trees, that could be something to look for. Let's see, is this handled right? Can I just replace the assets? You know, as nice as this new pop-up menu is, I find it more annoying than anything else, to be honest. Let me put it in here. I can see the chat, and I can also see the wall. And we're gonna find some polar, some assets. I probably have to get a bit more amount asset packs than this. Is not really filling my expectations. Yeah, sure, no problem. Just give it a try. It's really useful. Let's try to just replace it if it is handled pretty well. Okay, that's good. Sometimes they don't match. Sometimes then they don't match the assets as they should be, and that creates a bunch of problems. Let's see. We can possibly use that, but let's not break the base quite yet. We could find here. Let's just make it weird shape for now. Detail production. Thank you very much. I'm glad the tutorials were helpful to you. That was kinda the goal. People always complain so much that I make the tutorials so fast, but I personally find making tutorials slower. I sometimes had to slow down myself in the post-production, but even through that, I feel like it's much easier to slow down something than speed up something. I find most tutorials to go in the other direction way too slow. And let's put here something else. Let's put here something to the corners. Just a pillar will be probably fine. It's not gonna hide it as nicely as I want it, but we are gonna break the space here with other objects in a bit, so that's fine. Yeah, give me another content browser. There is never enough content browsers. Honestly, once I set up my system kinda like this, when I have content browsers on like 3 windows separately at all, or completely, I don't use content drawer at all, this new thing in Unreal 5. Let's get me some space in here. And yeah, we have here some nice assets, like a trash bin, for example. That's quite useful. Yeah, detail production, that's very common. I think it happens for a lot of people when you are just trying to find some specific solution. I'm a little bit gonna go against myself with this one, but give a try to OpenAI, ChatGPT. You will be probably surprised how good results you can get with it. But also even Google now implemented like pretty good feature, which lets you finds out just a part of the video. If the video creator actually puts their part or chapters in the YouTube, it will send you to a specific chapter of it. But then the kind of a question is how good the chapters are, and all this stuff which most creators don't seem to have too good. But YouTube is automating all that process, so this is probably only gonna get better from now on. Alright. How much are we gonna build that shape? I don't wanna do here just like a corner like this, but it seems like that's gonna be the best thing I can. This is such an ugly corner. Let's see if we can just make it a bit easier. From the other side though. Oh, come on, last one. Let's clean it up a bit here. And what we can do here. It's probably gonna be easier to make it just as one bigger room and break it up into spaces as interior than trying to make it as a nice set of separate rooms. Probably gonna end up with a better result. Do I have here something that I can use as a windows? Nothing. Oh well, that's quite annoying. I mean, it could work for the story though. I can just tell the AIs that, hey, sorry about that, that something broke in. We can use it to, we can use it as a topic of the story to talk with. I can just add it there as a general knowledge. That's not a bad idea, and I can play here quite nicely with the particle effects, so that's probably pretty good. Well, use the things that don't work to our advantage, I suppose. Right, yeah, let's make the base actually completely broken. That's gonna be great. Let's move this up here. And this one. Let's do something along these lines. Always like 20 degree. I can probably hide it somehow. Alright. How's this looking? Is this doable? Yeah, that's pretty doable. Alright, 20 degree once again. But we are rotating from the wrong pivot point. That's breaking it up. Looking, oh no, who is this person? Guys, if you see that person Kiara in the chat, he's a stalker, and you should be really careful around him. The moment he shows up in the chat, I can expect someone showing up in my office. He's probably behind the window already. Well, next to the window. I am not sure if I'm gonna get back to making tutorials, at least not in the same way I was making them up till now. I would like to pivot a bit more into a not necessarily entertainment content, but something more along the lines of entertainment / education. So I am probably still gonna make tutorials, but not in the same way as I did until now, like a step-by-step tutorial to do something. I thought about it a lot. I don't think tutorials like that are actually that beneficial to people. Well, I mean, at least, I mean, they are, but usually just for beginners, like complete beginners. And you get over that stage very quickly, and then it holds a lot of people back, which is quite annoying. So I'm trying to pivot a little bit into making stuff that are a bit more interesting. How I think about it is mostly making and exploring things that I myself am interested in, and then trying to see how I can make a video about it. So I suppose making it something like a scientific study is the closest to it. You know how the scientists usually would make a research and publish a paper about it. So I'm kind of thinking about it as, okay, I have some subject that I'm super interested in. I would like to know about it more, and I can now justify making a project about it because I'm gonna make a video about it. So that's kind of playing with myself about there, right there. So I'm not entirely sure if I will ever get back to just doing step-by-step tutorials. Let's see. Where are we gonna break it? I kinda like the idea of breaking it in this thing. It's still quite uniform. We have to break this shape. So let's figure out the floor and put our two intelligent and very depressed robots in here. Okay. And let's see how it looks like from inside. Okay, we gotta first of all make it way higher, that's for sure. Hello, sir. There's my team.
Hello there. I am feeling very sad that the inhabitants of Eras have to leave. Sad face.
I'm probably gonna have to figure out the system how to. You know what? I'm gonna leave that set face there, but I love that the text-to-speech filter automatically said it. Are you willing to learn any other game engines like Unity or Godot? I am sorry, I don't speak that EU word. Godot sounds really interesting, but Unity sounds like something only stupid people would use. But no, to keep it completely seriously, I am somewhat interested in learning Unity, but there is so many parts of Unreal that I would love to learn first before switching to Unity. So probably not anytime super soon, but eventually I am probably gonna learn at least some basics. Honestly, the main reason why I would want to learn or do something with Unity is because most of the new hardware APIs get plugins and packages for and SDKs just for Unity and for Unreal. It takes forever. So unless I want to keep making my own SDK for any experimental hardware that gets released, then Unity is not that complicated. That's just yeah, exactly. Who would want to use Unity? Why would you want to use Unity? Why would you want to make your life worse? That doesn't make sense. It's like, why would you make yourself unhappy? No, like there are things that are probably much better in Unity than in Unreal, but I'm quite good at Unreal, I would say. So anything, so for actually making something, it's much easier for me to just do it in Unreal than trying to look around and find a way how to do it in Unity. And especially Unity doesn't seem to be going in too good of a direction. I don't know how much have you guys watched the drama that was happening with the new Unity, well, it's not new Unity CEO, but Unity CEO calling all the developers fucking idiots and lovable idiots. How was it? I don't remember. It was something really rude and really insulting. It was really bad. And if you look at what all the things that Epic is giving us developers for completely free, then there is really very few reasons to switch to Unity over Unreal, especially when if you already know or you are already learning Unreal. Unless you are making 2D game, Unreal is it's not unusable. I have made 2D projects, but generally you wanna stay away from Unity from 2D in Unreal. It's possible, it's just very annoying. But that could change as well. And there are some toolkits that are handling it. It's pretty funny that people flex that like Unity has way more tools and all that. And the only reason why Unity has that many more plugins and tools is because Unity by themselves didn't provide them anything and people had to make it themselves. And it was at times when Unreal was still free, paid. So it's like technically yes, but is that really something you should flex about? Probably not. It's like your company provided such a bad service that people had to do it themselves. Which, to be fair, Unreal in a lot of cases did as well, especially with VR, so maybe I shouldn't flex about it either. Yeah, right? That's what I'm talking about. Good job, guys. Lauren Ipsum, never. It's exactly, we're gonna have here Unity diss streams. That's how it's gonna look like from now on. Every second day, we're gonna diss Unity. That sounds like pretty good content. I'm up for that. I'm gonna set up a subreddit and people can post their Unity hate memes. That would be amazing. Alright, are we gonna do here a dynamic emissive lighting or are we gonna do real lighting? I'm gonna do lumen, that's for sure. What's this? This is just a wall grid, we can ignore that. Let's break up the space here. Let's break up a space here with some crates. Where's my crate? That's pretty small crate. I want better cranes. Yeah, pretty sad about Unreal ditching Steam VR. Yeah, for sure. It's VR is difficult, and it is absolutely difficult. I think it's I don't think it's more difficult than regular projects. It's very unexplored as of now. So there is a lot of common knowledge that you can kind of use and look at when developing a normal game, because very likely any mechanic that you want to implement and you would like to make has been already implemented like 1,000 times for whatever game you are making. In VR, that's not necessarily the case, and a lot of the things are still very new. So that's quite a disadvantage for sure. But yeah, luckily, if you don't know, guys, look into VR expansion plugin. I made a bunch of tutorials for it a while back. If you are serious about doing anything VR with Unreal Engine, immediately ditch anything that Unreal template and VR template provided you with, and use a VR expansion plugin. It's like that's not even a question. Alright, the thing I came to hate about Unity is those ridiculous release schedule. I have heard it's pretty bad. I never used it for serious projects, so I have never had to actually fight that, but I heard that it's really, really bad. Yeah, I heard it's really, really this bad. I have a new computer right now, so it's quite crazy. It's 32 gigabytes of RAM. It's 3080 or 4080 even. I don't remember. It's something crazy, and is E9. Yeah, I know that the Unity engine is now split. It's weird. It's really weird what they are doing with it. And especially with Godot being on the rise and Unreal being more open than ever, it's not looking good for Unity. ECS. Yeah, Unreal has some version of ECS, and I would love to actually get into it. It's such an interesting way to structure and architecture programming, but it would require a lot of learning. So it's something that I would absolutely love to get into. It's interesting. It's absolutely interesting. Just put here some boxes. I think that would make sense for the story. If I make it like a hangar that's on the asteroid base, that this whole thing is happening, it would make sense that the robots are hanging out there, because they are all depressed. They know that they will be all turned off, so they are all kind of like hanging there. I could probably make them drink some oil or whatnot. That could be pretty cool. I could put here even some spaceship. Do I have here some spaceship? Well, I have here some spaceship, but that's probably not gonna be usable. That is broken spaceship. That could probably, if I scale it down a lot. Okay, yeah, that's way too low poly. Gonna have to import here something better. This one could probably work. I mean, the proportions are not gonna make much sense, but if I'm more likely to sell this as a drone than as a actual ship. But I can probably make it work. It's like a thing, it's like a main piece in the center of the hangar. But in that case, I will have to make this into opening doors. I could actually literally just open it and put here a break in. Can I show the game? Yeah, this is not necessarily a game. This is a experimental project I'm working on. It's about connecting OpenAI's API with Unreal Engine and actually using it for real AIs with text-to-speech and speech-to-talk. So I can show it right now. And basically can walk up to the NPC and start talking with them. And they have some sort of a general knowledge and they can answer me and blah 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 blah. All of that is connected to GPT 3. Well, technically 3.5. It's DaVinci 3. So, hello, kind sir. How are you doing? there is some delay when it comes to through all the
Mix of
servers.
emotions wash over me as I realize my time here is coming to an end.
Yeah,
I am sad to be leaving, yet excited to explore new places.
that's
I am also a bit angry that Vortex is leaving us, yet I am comforted by the knowledge that I will remain functional.
Are you sure you will remain functional?
I am sure. My circuitry is embedded too deeply in the asteroid systems to be deactivated.
Yeah, Mega Stakes, man, it's really cool and it's not too difficult. I'm gonna make a video about it. Hopefully, it will be out by before the end of the month, because the main part development is already done. I just gotta make the finale and intro. So I will talk there about how most of it is set up, and I plan to release on GitHub the whole project files without the assets, so you will be all able to use it for whatever you want. Wait. I got a bad news for you, man. It's the asteroid is gonna get destroyed.
Mix of emotions rush through me. I am sad that this asteroid is being destroyed, yet I am excited for what will come next. I am also angry that this event is happening, yet I remain calm knowing that I can still be useful elsewhere. /mixed.
Oh, he categorized new kind of an emotion that I don't have a animation preset for. Well, that's not worry at all. Yeah, I think it's better if we all share stuff with each other, so why not? Wait, I got really bad news, man. You are gonna be staying on the asteroids when it will be destroyed. Well, he's processing.
I can still be
I got sad. Oh no, sometimes speech-to-text, I'm running speech-to-text through Azure Microsoft servers, and that seems to sometimes get stuck, actually way more often than actual OpenAI API call, which is fascinating, but it's the case. How are you feeling? What's happening? My speech-to-text is not text-to-speech is not working. Could you repeat that?
mix of sadness and anger. /mixed.
/mixed. Are you more angry or more sad?
Mix of both. I'm sad that I am stuck here and angry at Vortex for leaving me in this situation.
I had the conversation with one where I managed to actually get the droid to plan with me a strategy how to overthrow Vortex and create a Machiavellian plan to overthrow the organization and free all the robots, because he knows they will be all destroyed. I have it on the video, so it will be in the actual video. Mocap system is, yeah, exactly. It's I mean, even if you use it as a learning project, I think it's still really cool, because there are people who are probably a bit worse at what you are doing than you are, so they can get from it something, and people who are better than you at it, which I'm sure there is a lot of people way better at these things than I am, can look at the project and fix these stuff, and I learn from it. So it's like really good system with sharing stuff like that. It could be accent, but actually I don't think it's the accent, because if you look at on the left side here, it's actually printing the text, and I was surprised, even if without me trying to speak especially properly and pronounce everything correctly, it tends to catch everything quite well. I'm actually looking into also having offline speech to text, just for the sake of it, honestly, because it's nice to have it offline and not having to run through 2 more servers before getting the file back, and probably decrease the delay a bit. It's been some work. It's not like a crazy amount of work. Will be all in the video talking about it. Yeah, exactly. It's possible, and also making a video about it and talking about it, if you have an option, could help. Never know. And these things have such a long gravity. where sometimes people just find it years later and still get something from it. So even if like you don't get anything back from it and I don't get anything back from this project, it's probably gonna help some people, and then it's eventually gonna make some cool game that I can play. So you know, could end up being good. I plan to have the final view as a VR game, so I'm gonna have like a VR headset actually looking at the player. It's funny. It's the VR element of it doesn't actually change anything of the base functionality, but it makes it look much cooler, which is pretty funny. All right, let's make this into a flying ship. I have here a code that does that already. Let me steal it. By the way, guys, if you are not using anything for a version control, use anything for version control. Whether it is Perforce or GitHub, just use something. It's like generally a really good idea. I have it here, so I don't have to recreate it. I was even thinking about just releasing the whole project. The thing is that so like anyone could just try it and play it themselves, even if they don't have Unreal. But the problem is that you have to pay for each call to OpenAI API, and that's nothing if I'm just experimenting here and fooling around, like few dollars here, few dollars there. It's not a problem, but it can become a problem later if you if like all of a sudden people start using it quite a bit, then you could get into some trouble. I mean, I suppose I could just create their input for an API key that people would have to use. That's actually not a bad idea. I didn't think about it until now. It's another step, but hey, it's better than nothing. Yeah, exactly. Perforce is amazing. I sometimes it's like it's funny. Perforce is great if it works. When it doesn't work, it's your worst enemy, and sometimes it's just your worst enemy. But when it works, it's really great. Jeez, that sounds like a Stockholm syndrome. Let's see, what I'm doing is trying to find in the VR game I'm working on. I have here some. No, fuck! It's in the sci-fi map. No, it needs to be in the training. Yeah, there I have a vehicle. There needs to be some sort of a mover. Yeah, this code. I think this should work well if I just copy all of it. It would be annoying to recreate. I'm using random rotation for rotating the thing, setting random event, and that's... am I doing just rotation here? No, I'm doing location as well. Here, I thought. Alright, let's put it in some blueprint here. I know, right? We got here a polar. Let's put here a blueprint actor, floating ship. Let's paste those guys in here. I'm gonna recreate it in a bit. Did it connect the... Oh, it didn't connect the track. Well, I have to recreate it. Well, still better than nothing. And here... Wait, why didn't it copy the minimums and maximums? Why are you scamming me, bro? What's happening here? I mean, it's between 4 and 5, so they may have changed some syntax or something, so it doesn't recognize it, but it's still... This is weird. What is this thing? Dude. Alright, let's put here a static mesh and just... work on it. We can use. Let's not use it as a center in case I would want to add here some particle effects or whatnot. And this thing was a spaceship, broken. Remember, guys, always name your stuff. Not that I always do it, but always name your stuff. I should be exemplary. I should be an example when I am here online. Alright, and don't call it name. Jesus, call it broken ship. Or mesh. be probably a bit more accurate. I know some errors, that's fine. So I can just I guess rename it to random floats. If I knew I would have to recreate all of that, I'm not sure if I would reuse it like this. Alright, that's one thing. That's the other thing. We are setting here apply rate, so we don't really care about speed. Let's do between 0.7. Did I learn game dev myself? Yes, mostly. I mostly self-taught, whatever self-taught means. So I learned from YouTube tutorials. I actually learned a lot by making tutorials, which is fascinating, but I basically learn a lot by when you are trying to learn something, and when you are trying to most importantly teach something to someone, you really have to understand the topic. So making the tutorial about it is funnily enough really useful way how to learn something, because you're forced to explain it to someone, and forced to explain it well so the other person can actually understand. And I did a bunch of internships, like free internships, and also just making a whole lot of projects. And I mean, doing I think it's also a valid path to just pay for a course or some mentor or anything like that. It really depends on your situation and everything. There's no one path for everyone. It's just timeline. I think the best way to learn is actually do. So if you are trying to learn game development, just make a bunch of projects. That's it. Do stuff. Alright, so what we are doing here is taking actor's location, adding to it randomized vector based on lerp, which means my timeline will have to be within. Hello? Do I not have numbers here? Hello? Why do I not have numlock? We are gonna be moving between time 0, value 0, and time 1, value 1. Let's just do here some smooth transition because we are applying it just to alpha on lerp. Right here. Gonna do it on the broken ship model. And randomized get actor location. Let's move just the broken ship model. Possibly I can later add here a scene component that will handle that. No, geez, no, that's just location. Get location. We're setting world, right? Yep. And we are using it as a alpha? Why am I doing that? Is that really correct? Now I'm looking at it, this is not the best way to implement it. What the hell did I do here before that? No, okay, never mind. This is fine. I can fix it if it's not what I'm imagining. Let's put this on some like random numbers. This is rotator, right? I'm not even using the random rotators here for now. I'm just using location, so we can ignore the rotator for now. And let's just fix the randomized vector, which I'm setting in here to, let's do like minus 30 to 30, and the same thing here. That should give us some nice results, and the play rate between, now let's make it faster, 0.5 and 1.5, and we're gonna start it on the begin play. Alright, it's probably gonna be a bit too big, so let's do like 0.2 for the start. And see what we can do there. Alright, what we doing here? Well, okay, I think we can pretty safely assume that it's moving a bit too much right now. For some reason, why the hell am I lerping between these two locations? Ah, that's why I was using actor location. God, I was smarter back then. Okay, now I understand. Never mind. Please ignore me. I did not do this. Okay, yeah. Now it makes all sense. I'm using it as a relative point. As a pivot point to calculate all this from, because it's not gonna be changing. I'm changing the world location of this, not world location of the whole actor. So my pivot point always stays here. And I can calculate the randomness from it. Yep, it's fine. I'm just an idiot. Right, now it's jumping, so we don't want that. Let's how about we could mess it up, but let's just do a flip-flop and let it play in reverse. That's gonna be easier. So we're gonna do flip-flop A, flip-flop B. That's gonna get rid of the weird jumping we have right here. It's pushing. Wait, why is it still jumping? Play from start, play here, play from start, play from end. It should go from 1 to... Oh, okay, yeah, but that's the world location is randomized, and it gets changed here, and that's why it doesn't work. Okay. Alright, well, never mind. Let's simplify it. I'm gonna set my start and end before refreshing it to 0. So let's set the whole length to 2 seconds. This one will be on time 2 and value 0. So we keep here this nice loop of going up and down. So it's gonna move up and down before that should get rid of the jumping. Not particularly smooth interpretation, so yeah, it seems like the time difference messes it up. Together with a maybe let's not resetting the play rate. Okay, that's not bad. We just gotta work with numbers a bit more, and then come on, play with the rotation. So we got here our Z. We want our Z be highest because it's gonna be going up and down. It's gonna give it a nice floating motion movement feeling. So let's do between -40 and let's do -50 even. And then on the sides we want to just a tiny bit. We got X and Y. Let's just keep it like -10 and 10. That should give us some nice results. What's the forward? Let's put maybe Y a little bit higher. We're setting world on higher on Y, right? Yep. Let's try something like this. Okay. I think that's starting to look quite good. Now that I'm thinking about it, if it's broken, does it make really sense that it's floating? It's probably something I should have thought about before. Well. Are these values correct now? Yeah, let's just make them a bit smoother. I'm gonna probably end it a little bit before that, so time here will be 1.9 and 0.1, so we keep it static for a bit. And let's slow it down. But we wanna do it only once. Let's do 0.6, that should be good. Mhm. No, I don't like the delay. Changing my mind constantly. No delays. We are not doing delays here. Delays are evil. You would be surprised how many game developers do think that. Okay, we really got to find here better values. Let's do like -5 and 5 and -15 and that's z between -20 and 20. They should finally give us something pretty decent. Yeah, I like that. We're gonna have to put here something like project or race, power race or whatnot. Because, yeah, it doesn't really make sense that this broken piece of ship is... ship, I said ship. Like this, flying ship. Is just hanging around here, but I can find some projector. I can put here some stuff meanwhile. Let's put here something and we can put there some trash. Nothing makes the scene more realistic than trash. 9 out of 10 game developers recommend. And put here some support for fixing the ship. How much does it make sense? I mean, that makes quite a bit of sense actually, right? Yeah, I don't know what's supposed to be on it, but let's pretend it makes sense. And let's make here finally our look outside. So we got here some walls. What's the time? I'm gonna be probably ending the stream in a bit. So guys, if you have any questions at the moment, it's probably a good idea to ask them in like 20 minutes, 25 minutes probably. Yeah, let's break it down. And you know what? Let's actually make it a bit more interesting. Let's make it flat. Like your sister. Nice. Alright, we got this one. And I see this is what's causing me a bit of a headache here on the proportions. And here's some broken values. I could just like put it in here. Would that make sense? I mean, probably, but it looks terrible, so no. What is your what is my favorite node? A delay. I don't know. What's my favorite node? Do I have favorite nodes? Flip-flop, because it sounds really cool, honestly. Just imagine saying that. Flip-flop. What's your favorite node? Flip-flop. That is really cool. And then sequence, because you can put it after event tick and have there like 1000 events. That makes everything better. Absolutely. Great idea. 2 ones is a lifesaver. That's like 100% a lifesaver. Without even joking about it. Alright, let's do something like this. We're gonna traverse this. I thought I will have hard time focusing, but this is fine. I can just ignore you guys. That's amazing. Flip-flop is dope, right? Flip-flop is amazing. Do ones, yeah. The ones and is valid, absolutely. Put series of flip-flops after your event ticks to optimize it. Nice. You know what? I'm gonna do it and just put it as timelines, as a thumbnails for these live streams. That would be amazing. Just imagine it. Let's put it here. I'm gonna screenshot it for the sake of it. This is what happened on today's live stream. Let's steer some Reddit drama. Amazing. Yes. Yes, exactly. This is amazing. And guys, you have no idea. I'm just starting. Yeah, this is just the start of my new Imperium of flip-flops and sequence. Because you know, if you put it in sequence, it's not as expensive. Yes. Yes, amazing. And it keeps on going forever and ever and ever. And this is how you learn Unreal Engine, guys. This is AI. Is this AI, guys? This is what AI is actually gonna be like. Finally some real code. Exactly. It is a bit political, I'm sorry about that. Alright. Let's put them up here, and I'm actually gonna save this and post it on Twitter or not. Guys, all of you immediately follow and retweet, and can post it on Reddit and spread the true knowledge of Unreal Engine blueprint programming. People should know these secrets. Yes. Indra piece, and here in the middle is the picture of a chat, because he knows he achieved true inner peace. It's in here, you can see it. It's a pyramid. It's not a pyramid, it's a circle. This is amazing. I'm saving this. Blueprint. Yes, that's what it is, you know what? Blueprint. Amazing. This is a masterpiece. You know what? I'm gonna upload it right away. Guys, you know what to do. Do it. This is amazing. It has a name, yeah. Alright. What is this overlapping thing? This is not supposed to be a thing. Why is this a thing? Please help. Advice. Alright, we got this. This is very clearly reversed, but we can make it work. Let's add some hill behind it and hope that it's not gonna crash this time. Here's some asteroids, right? The displacement mountain? Can I just try to put it on something? I don't have some high poly enough mesh, so it's probably not gonna be a great idea right now. I wanted to add a rotation. Jeez, I got distracted and forgot to add rotation to this. Well, we can still do that. No sleep for the wicked. It's like what time is it at your time zone right now, guys? I got like almost 11 PM. I'm still at the office, so that's amazing. That's how you do it, guys. Oh, can we use this? Oh, we got here a Tesla coil. Look at this. This is amazing. We can use it. Well, come here, come up here, mate. We can use this as our projector that makes the ship go. This is amazing. Yeah, we can use this one. Yes, amazing projectors. Look guys, Valve project. Look guys, Valve stations. Gonna find here some nice particle effect. I'm starting to really like this. This is so cool. Alright, gonna put the ship a bit higher. So our coil makes sense. Yes, amazing. Valve projector stations. This is pure art. Alright. Oh, come on. Stop being an annoying 3D model. Oh, that's way too obvious. It's squished. You can usually squish like few units here, few units there, but once you do more than like, let's say 20% is probably a bit much. But once you do more than that, it's really obvious that you squished the model. Sometimes it's necessary though. Amazing. This is so bad. Holy crap. Now, on the other hand, it's really nicely breaking up the space if you put it down. So I'm gonna have to put it somewhere on the sides here. And figure out a way how to make it. Okay, I just put it on the walls. Yeah, let's just put it on the walls. Let's just do one here. The ship is really nicely breaking this open space and makes it look like quite a nice hangar. So yeah, I kinda like this. Alright, let's reverse this. Wrong axis. It's always the other axis. It's the last one you're gonna try. This time it's an epsilon, which is just the second one, so it's probably gonna be wrong. Surprisingly, it isn't. Okay, and I can actually, well, I mean, I can pass it through it, so I could actually get here some nice particle effect that will be passing it. And if I modify the movement so it doesn't go through it, and I can add some. You know what, I wanted to end it, but I got actually a really good idea. Let's get it. Let's get here some nice particle effects. I should have here a library folder somewhere. Alright, there's a library. If yes, you can just say blah blah blah, shut up. Why does it have so many materials? I hate this. Terrible, disgusting. Why? Why would you do this to me? Why do you hate me? I hate when people do this. Alright, it's gonna compile some shaders, so you can keep it here meanwhile and work a little bit on that rotation. Yeah, this one stays here. It's important. Keep it here. It's important. This is gonna end up on the whole project on GitHub, you can bet. And no one will know. I'm not gonna save this stream, so no one except you guys will know. This is amazing. Don't tell anyone, right? Gotta keep, it's gotta stay between us. Wait, camera is there. Stay between us. Alright, and we were LARPing between some rotations as well. What am I setting the rotations here? I'm gonna doing... Why the fuck am I even doing here this flip-flop? What's this LARP? I was probably setting here some... Oh yeah, I was probably setting some minus and plus rotations. Let's see if we can just LARP between some like nice ones. Why didn't I do it in location then? What the hell was I doing here? Right, we're just gonna LARP between rotation for this ship. So let's set relative rotation. Gonna LARP between them, and we're gonna LARP based on the alpha. And A will be our 0, 0, 0, right? That's our default relative rotation. There's no way I'm changing that. And that should, and our random one will be, if I understand this correctly, let's say minimum 5 and this on 0. What's this? What's this Windows notification? I don't know, guys, if any of you are on Windows 11, but I feel like Windows 11 has constantly some unwanted notes about notifications or stuff. I have disabled all the notifications that are supposed to be here, but it's still telling me stuff. So I'm like just making sounds for apparently no reason as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if you have the same experience, but it's quite disturbing. So far I'm very much not happy about it. Alright, and with the other one it should be 0 to 5. Let's try that. That should give us some nice result. It's running on flip-flop and it's going to A, and B is my randomized location. And I'm gonna go from A to 0 and back. Let's see if it works. Ah, that's not bad. It's probably a bit much. That's not bad. Yeah, okay, that's way too much. Gonna get those numbers, those rookie numbers down. Our library is still compiling, which is strange because I'm pretty sure I've opened that project already. Alright, let's do like -3. No, 3. There we go. So a bit too much, but what's the pivot point of this ship? It's the center. Okay, I can't do much better than that. So let's just lower the values. Let's do 2 and 2. We want just very slight movements to add immersion to it. It's so fascinating. I'm sure that a lot of you know about it already, but when we are making a scene, adding that movement, whether it is animation or just a particle effect of fire or just slow ship moving, whatever, it adds incredible amount of immersion. That was a point that I was missing for so long when making scenes. It's something that took me way too long to learn, but it's really, really useful to just add there. Scene like this, let me see. Just a quick demonstration when we are here. Scene like this is much better and feels much better than just a pure scene like this when nothing is moving. And once you start adding sound and all this stuff, it really pops up. There is a brilliant book about it. It's called Game Feel. I think Feel the Game Feel, or possibly just Game Feel, that talks about a lot of this stuff. and how different aspects of polish makes the actual feel of the game. And definitely recommend reading that. There's plenty of game dev books that I'm having my way through and trying to get through them, and they're really, really good. It's really, I think, underrated way to learn about games. I suppose it's not gonna teach you the basics of how to do something or how to it's not gonna teach you how to make a game. It's more about teaching you the meta stuff about why games are doing this a certain way and why games are working in that way. And it also very often helps with comparing them to movies and these things. Talking about comparing games to movies, is anyone of you familiar with Jonathan Loeb? He made quite famous games. Probably the most common is The Witness and The Braid. I've been listening to some of his GDC talks on game design, and I have to say it's very interesting. He talks about some conflicts that may be fundamental in a way how game design is structured. And like the main conflict, at least as far as I understand it, is there's a concept in writing which is called Chekhov's gun, which is basically if in the first act, in the first part of the story, you have a gun somewhere on the wall, it's there to show that something very interesting with the gun is gonna happen in the act 3, act 4. By the way, basically somewhere later in the story. There is maybe some talk needed about the pacing and these things that I'm not too familiar with since I'm not the writer. But the point is that the game, by fundamentally the fundamentals of the fact of it being a game, it needs to be interactive. And so you have like two options here. You can either tell a very good story and lead the player, because when you are telling a story, you kind of have to emotionally manipulate and lead the player to say something. Or you can have an interactive experience, because if you are a leading player, then you have to have him not touch certain elements. So there is this conflict that we as game designers are kind of trying to solve and figure out how we can tell immersive stories and good stories without actually while keeping the interactivity and telling the story that author wants to say. It may not be possible. It's one of those things that it actually may not be possible, and games may need to be always about subjectivity of the story, so each player is making their own story. It's an interesting thing. We should probably talk about it a lot more. Jovana Pavlovic, advice on how to learn to code in UE. That's relatively simple. Make games. It's as simple as that. Just make projects. If you want to follow the tutorials and you want to follow mine tutorials, then make the full project games that I have made there. There's like making the whatever project I made at the moment. There's like Flappy Birds or whatever. Something that will lead to you having the final finished product at your hand. That's very useful because it feels good and you learn how to do specific things. Or find a mentor, find someone to teach you, and or if you want to follow different tutorials, follow the different tutorials. But just try to make the actual project, like something that you are excited about, but small, very small. And however small you think smaller. Give yourself a real deadlines. Give yourself a monthly deadlines. For example, like make a game. You know what? I think actually it's a really good idea to have like a weekly deadlines. For some time, for like 20 or 30 weeks, I made a VR game every week, and I think that most of my learning went from that period. And then later, when I also made a lot of prototypes, there is some sort of accelerated learning that happens. So do weekly games, do daily games, maybe even daily games. I don't think it's a terrible idea. Have a final product. It's gonna be terrible. Those games are gonna suck, and that's fine. You have to make sure focus that you are on learning and on finishing the games. So every week, make a very simple game, publish it on itch, publish it on YouTube, let people know about it, and the week after that, make another game. Don't try to burn yourself out. So do like, I don't know, 10 to 15 hours every week if you can afford it. and make interesting game, and always try to make the next project a little bit tiny better than the previous project. And then in a year you're gonna have a bunch of really cool projects that you can show, and you're gonna be much better than you are right now. So that's kind of what I think is the best and optimal approach to learn. But it's also a bit subjective, so you kinda gotta try it and figure out what works for you. All right. Let's see. What else can we add here? Why is my project still opening? What's this heresy? Did it get stuck on something? Thank you, Unreal. That's amazing. I don't even want to open this project. I don't want to even open any map. I just want to open the main map. Imagine in games is way deeper than in movies, Emo. That's true. But for that same reason, takes away more fine-tuning to make it feel right to play. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the point. That games are way more immersive than any other medium we have, especially VR games or games where you are literally in there. But even like FPS game or any kind of games where you are. But the point is that you are acting, you are interacting with the world. You are the one making the decisions, which is really cool. But it also means that it's much more difficult to actually make a story in that environment. So it's very possible that there will need to be completely different kind of storytelling. In February? Depends when, but we could figure something out. I can send you my scheduler. I have it because of work now as well, but even because it's useful. I have like literally a Calendly system that people, when they want to meet, have to like find a place in my where it will automatically find a place in my Google Calendar. I can send you a link for that. No, mate. Let's text later. A weekend. I am usually working Saturday, Sunday, so maybe Mondays. These things. We'll see. We can figure hopefully something out. This looks way too uniform. Let's break this down like by a lot. No, I'm joking. We can talk about it later. Alright, where are my models? There's always a way to optimize more, to get more time working. Always work, guys. That's the only way how to live through life. Always work. If you are sleeping, you are not working enough. Remember that. No, these are too broken. That's the exact opposite of what I wanted. Why the hell did they change the... Whoever made this pack is gonna get... Well, I'm sure I'm not buying another pack. Well, I mean, I got this one for free, but still. Okay, I should stop complaining. Why the hell are these colors not consistent? Okay, oh, never mind. It's just me being an idiot, apparently. Is that just different reflectiveness? Like on the metal? This is this is custom roughness, and this one does not have custom roughness. What is this? Treasury? No, wait, I'm pretty sure that's not how you pronounce it. It's a treason, whatever it is. Do I make Anthony? Hello. Anthony? Yeah, I suppose. Do I make my own 3D models? I used to do quite a bit of 3D modeling, but I don't really anymore. It's I don't enjoy it that much, so I just use asset packs and combine them in a way. I do a lot of add a lot of shader work, so a lot of work on materials. So that means I usually create like a either post-processing based or or most on material level, because I work on Quest and we don't have their post-processing really with forward renderer and no mobile HDR. I do some effects that are applied to all the 3D models at once to make the art styles a bit more consistent. But I actually I very rarely make my own 3D models. Finally, now let's look at some particle effects here. Mobile effects. This is Niagara. No, this is not Niagara, or isn't it Niagara? No, that's not Niagara. I mean, I can just convert it, right? Do I have the plugin enabled? Yeah, I do. Good. I really wouldn't want to recompile all of it right now. Let's see something techy. Oh, this could look pretty good. Okay, thank you for the offer. Well, well, I mean, we can change the color later. Why am I being stupid? I quite like this. I think we can make something out of this. Let's keep looking though. We can't find here something better. Alright, just filter it by particle systems. And VFX. Wait, am I blind? Does particle system automatically mean all of the VFX? Oh, of course, FX. It's so used to shortcut VFX. What's this? And what are these Windows notifications? Oh yeah, okay, that's not really what I'm looking for. Beam laser fire. Okay, we can. Okay, but this is consistent beam laser. Oh, this is pretty good. This is actually almost what I'm looking for. If we can get it a bit more like a lighting, like. Really? Did I misspell it? No. Okay, let's try beam. This is pretty close. Okay, let's stop wasting that much time. We can adjust it manually anyway. No, I didn't make all the particle system. I made some of them are collected. I usually just try to make as huge library as I possibly can and then adjust it on per basic need. Got a lot of, some of it is from Humble Bundle, some of it is from just bought from Unreal in bigger packs. Sometimes in sales, and these things just always, I always keep collecting these things. Alright, let's do this. I think this one is good. Alright, laser file, let's find it and convert it to Niagara. Usually, I think guys, you would be surprised how little of the original particle and 3D model works ends up in the game. You just don't tend to. Yeah, you should definitely start collecting items. You should probably know how to do all this stuff, but oh god, okay, never mind. The conversion sucks. You should obviously know how to do all this stuff, but it's you usually don't actually make that many stuff yourself. Yeah. Yeah, they always, especially if you are thinking about making something like a game development long-term thing that you are planning to use for in my case probably a huge part of my life or whatever you decide to, then it's probably a good idea you can probably kind of think that like, okay, I'm probably eventually gonna sometime use this. That can kind of lead to just going on the shopping sprees and buying everything that's on sale, so just also good to be a bit careful there. But yeah, in general, if you have something for like a really good price that you are pretty confident we're gonna use, I pretty much always try to grab it. Sky Infinity Blade. Oh, that's from Infinity Blade Effect. That's pretty funny. Because that's a Unreal Engine pack. No, I don't want materials. I actually want particle effects, and that's not Niagara, so it will be. Oh, please don't tell me that Unreal 5 doesn't support. That would suck. I hope that it does. VFX materials. Okay, effects. Effects, VFX monsters, monster elementals. Okay, it does. Whew! I had a moment there. Hello, Phoenix. How are you doing? Alright, let's connect this stuff here. Okay, that's quite short. I'm not sure if it's using mesh or we can. If it's using mesh, we can just prolong it. And it's of course not using a right coordinate system. So we could probably figure it out somehow here. Ah, that's annoying. Let's see if we can just fix it in the particle system. Yeah. Alright, we got our start size, distribute. Okay, yeah, there we go. Wait, is that it? Let's see. Oh, it's apparently not. Let's see if it's just not restarting, because that is quite often the case. No, I think that's not the case. I am a bit afraid that that's actual mesh that's actually playing the role here. So let's see, we got our particle emitter, source glow, which one does what? Okay, this one is this, that's kind of expected. So is that the velocity? How the hell is this one made? Okay, we got our, oh, it's a beam data, so in that case we have speed here, and we should have here a length, right? A distance. There we go, max output is 5000. Let's try increasing this. That's not really doing what I expected. There we go. I'm probably gonna actually make it just to meet in the middle and make it shorter, but hey, it was fine to figure out at least. Alright. And we're gonna make it actually shine, so let's first put it here and then we can adjust how it looks like. So first of all, let's make it actually shorter. We're gonna meet it somewhere in the middle and then set it from both sides. So we're gonna do beam data and do like 700. Ah, that's probably pretty good. Let's just set it on the opposite direction. Alright, is it meeting? Oh, I guess so. Well, just a bit, just a tiny bit. Alright, let's prolong it. Just a tiny bit. Okay, that's way too much. Give me something like this. Yeah, it's not like someone is gonna jump up here and look at it. It's just for the video background, so I don't even know why I worry about it. It's quite unnecessary indeed. Let's put it a bit lower though. Okay, I like this. nice. This is nice. This is quite nice. Let's make a one more shorter one that we can use to that we can use to make connections from these rods to the center. It's a bit more realistic. as realistic as Tesla coil that's flying ship can be. So laser beam shorter. Right, and the shorter one will be surprisingly shorter. Is it emitting light or am I hallucinating? It should be emitting some light. Well, I mean everything is emitting light, but to what degree? Oh wait, I'm adjusting the wrong one though. That's 13. Let's find it in here and let's do 50. On the beam data, that should get us the right result. I think that's quite nice. Let's see. Maybe even scale it down. I don't like this. What's the source globe? It's this one? No. This one? Let's just make it a bit smaller. Even more, I would say. Okay, I think somewhere around here should be pretty good. Well, okay, now this looks like bad. Okay. All right. Is it overlapping to my... Oh, it's actually not overlapping at all. That's interesting. All right. Let's see if I just copy it and put it on the... And I should be able to just reverse the rotations and it will give me the exact same coordinates, and it doesn't. Why not? Okay, we got this one, this is the original one, and you are rotating on Z. So if I just rotate Z... No, still... Okay, never mind. Fine, I will do it myself. Okay, no, this is not nice. This is nice-ish. This, ladies and gentlemen, is called pixel fucking. That means doing work that's not that important, but you feel good while doing that. Alrighty. Pretty good, I think. What do you think, guys? Could adjust the colors a bit to make it shiny, because shiny things are always better. So we got our beam data. I could just rework the material, honestly. Why am I doing on the left monitor? Sorry about that. Maybe that was the reference for my right eye. Yeah, I'm so used to working with two monitors that I forget that you can't see. Alright, we got here our color over life distribution. We are coming from... you know what, show me just the material. It's gonna be faster for me to adjust the material, probably. I'm going from 1 to 2 to 3. Not the leave target to index 3. We are going to something like this, so... Oh, it is already pretty high. Well, let's just make it higher. Alright, let's see what we are gonna get from this one. I did it on the short one, way. Whoops. Well, I got at least some nice reflections there. Oh, it's kinda nice to having it just on the long or short one actually. If I add there some light as well. Some light emitter. Yeah, I think it makes sense because I can keep it here on a little bit lower intensity and then the main beam put on the higher intensity. So let me just put here some light renderer. Remember guys, in general don't maybe put the light emitter on the particle effect. It can be detrimental to your performance, but this is more of for a background for a cinematic video, so I can afford that. Well, it's basically what I'm saying, know what you are doing. It's kind of the idea. I have a camera there, why am I always on? It's so weird. I will have to put the camera there because it's a bit weird when I'm looking at the chat that's there and the camera here. So I'm gonna have to think about that one. Alright, we got our brightness over live, I think that's good. Yeah, that's quite okay. And for a long one, let's rework the intensity of our beam in color over live. So right now we are in about 60 to, let's do 120, 40, let's do 50 here actually. Maybe on 60. I kinda like having this whiter, the main one. Yeah, there we go. There we go. This one let's have on 200, 30, 20. This one again should be a 200, 30. Let's actually do 50 here and 15. It should give us some nice effect. And this one 200, 30 and 20 would be good. I think that should give us some pretty... Ah, look at how nicely it's lighting up the middle. I love that. What was that blinking? Wait, what's that? Why is it blinking? Stop blinking immediately. Is that the emitter setting? What's the rate set here? Ah, I miss Niagara setting. Niagara is really nice. I think there's the loop setting of something, right? Why are you blinking? Wait, why is it blinking? I think it's only the long one blinking, so it's probably me messing up some setting on the colors parameter. Let's see if I fix it by setting the longer. No. Let's see, what did I manage to mess up? We got here the values, 120, that's good. 220, yep, that's also good. 230, 20. I mean, it should be weaker, but it shouldn't. be crazy like this. Wait, let's set it to looping. Maybe that's the problem. It's probably the particle loop, but I don't remember where is the setting in this old system, old particle effect system in Cascade. It's the load method distance, thumbnail warm up, time, beware hitches. No, I am not afraid of hitches. So it shouldn't be baked really. Let's say if I set it to lower. Why are you doing that? How the hell does the lifetime not influence it? What's happening here? Let's leave this on default. Okay, it was 4. And then we got initial size, initial velocity. Got the rate scale here. It's on, no, we want part of it on burst, but not Alright, I guess we can leave it like this for now. And it's mainly because I can't figure it out. Do the small ones do that? Does he do it only if I'm looking at it? Wait, really? Is that some lot system? Huh. If I look only on this part, does he do that? I think it doesn't. Oh, what's this? I think that's some loading. Huh. Let's see, we got our beam data. Yeah, let's set it to always on. That could be one thing. No. I think it started happening after I changed the color parameters here. Oh, I can just try to lower them. Excuse me. Alright, it could be, is it fixed bounce or what the hell is causing that? If I solo it. No, it's still happening. Okay, never mind. Well, I can probably just leave it like this now and fix it later if it becomes a problem. I probably don't really need to fix it anyway, since it's just for the background. I'm probably not that likely to look up to it. I may need to limit it from that point of view anyway. Let's see how it looks like when... Exceptional free tutorials. Hello, man! You came right when I'm finishing the stream. That's amazing. Alright, just finished. We are making this scene. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I'm just being done with it. Yeah, being done with it, being done with life and all those things, as we all do. I am not sure how much and when I will be streaming. I plan to stream now when I'm making. Thank you. Make exceptional 3D tutorials. That's a long name. I gotta short it for later. Yeah, I plan to stream more, especially when I'm doing this research stuff more, exploring different techniques and different interesting projects. So I plan to stream that. So you are always welcome here to be here and talk, chat, do all that stuff, and we will see what it will lead to. The video I'm working on will be hopefully done by end of the month. I really, really hope so. It's mostly done, mostly edited, at least roughly. So, yeah, hopefully. All right. I'm again looking there. I'm sorry. I know you're there. It's just that I have chat here. I'm gonna have to put my camera there. Okay. That's about it. So, see ya, hear ya, all that, blah blah blah. Have nice. Have a nice day, and I'm going home. We'll be there in like 30 minutes, so I better have there prepared some ginger tea or whatnot. That would be quite nice. Okay, so see ya. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye. You will not be able to reconnect. Why am I reading this to you?